Hello, welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation podcast live. This is your pre-match experience, guys. We are just under an hour and 12 minutes away from kickoff this afternoon in our game, Scottish Cup quarter final. The women have already done us proud, winning 6-2 against Hibernian. Hopefully, the men can follow on and follow suit and smash 6 past Hibernian today. Hello to Bobby. Hello to Cabby, Leitano. Hello, how are you doing? Right, so the team is out. And there is a surprise with this lineup. I think it is, unchanged from the game on Thursday night against Benfica, interestingly enough. So the lineup that has been announced by Phillipe Clement for today's game is as follows. Jack Butland starts in goal. James Tavernier at right back, Connor Goldson, John Suter and Ridvan. Basically the same back four as we had against Benfica. So all those worries about Borna Barisic starting this game have proved unfounded. So that's an interesting one, isn't it? Straight away that Ridvan is in. I think that is the right decision. I think, Hibs will play a little bit more open. So the more we play open, you know what, I think the better for us. The more Ridvan can get forward, he can get at them, he can push Boyle back. I think that is the key, isn't it? We've got two wide players there in Silva and Ridvan, so they're pushing onto Abita and onto Boyle, onto, I can't remember the name of the right back now, but the more they push forward, the more they push their wingers back, and I think Hibs will play a little open this afternoon. They won't sit back and low block. I don't think that's Nick Montgomery's style. So certainly, it's encouraging that Ridvan is there at left back. Then in front of the back four, John Lundstrom and Mo Diamande. Personally, I would have rested John Lundstrom for this game. I think he looks absolutely knackered, if I'm being honest. Really, really tired. So I would have started Jack, but Jack isn't even on the bench today. That's an interesting one. It seems that whenever Jack plays, he then can't play in the next game. If that's the case, then maybe it is time for Ryan to move on from the club. But certainly excited to see the continuing journey of Mo Diamande, who looks a Rolls Royce of a footballer. Great in the tackle, great with the finding space for himself, great for the pass, great getting forward as well. Tom Lawrence starts again in the 10 role, which is encouraging. Tom had a really good game on Thursday night against Benfica. Dujon Sterling starts wide right, so obviously that ice to his hamstring was purely precautionary. Fabio Silva will start left and Cyril Dessers will start up front. Let's get to a few of your comments before we look at the subs for today's game. Hope they're not tired. Me too, Bobby. RFC56 says, good team. I imagine we'll use our subs today as we started to look tired of Thursday. I'd imagine so. About the hour mark, we may see a number of substitutions being made. Not sure the team looked knackered at full time the other night. Good team. Even though we've got a lot of injuries. Yeah, I mean, that is a fairly strong lineup considering we've got no Cortez, no Silva, no Cantwell, all missing. John McCurgan says, taking no chances today. The governor is going for it. Absolutely fielding the strongest team. CJNI says 3-0 to Super Linfield. Hopefully Rangers do the same later. Absolutely. CJNI, congratulations to Linfield. And Rab says, good to see Sterling back and not injured. Absolutely. Now, the bench today is very interested. Janet says she was a bit worried about Sterling. Glad he's okay. Me too, Janet. He has been a machine of a player this season, hasn't he? Just a reminder as well, guys, a few heads up before we look at the subs today. We are going to be back later with a live stream of today's game, so please come and join us for that. And also tonight at 8:35 p.m, myself, Laura and Kia Mitchell, who you've seen singing at Ibrox and Edmiston House, will be on to do a pod 8:35 tonight, so come and join us for that. Subs today, Robbie McCrory is on the bench. Rabbi Matondo back from injury as well, so that's encouraging that Rabbi is back. I know he's a player that divides fan opinion. He really does. Interesting. He's back. Roof is on the bench. Davis, Balogun. I actually thought Balogun might get a start today. Resting one of those two central defenders. Barisic, Raskin, Nicholas Raskin, awful lot to prove. Given recent performances, hasn't, come back, hasn't settled well. I don't think he's fully fit. I really don't think the guy is fully fit. So, that's a definite one. Let's have a quick look at your comments again. Lunny could do with a rest. Would have played Jack, but looks to pick up another injury. Hope we score a couple. Think we need to try young midfielder Rice, not on the bench. Maybe McKinnon. Good shout from Bobby. Yeah, he doesn't seem to want to play Rice at the moment, does he? He doesn't really seem to want to involve Bailey Rice at this present moment in time in the first team. Ali Harvey says, good team, plenty on the bench. Alan Law says 4-1, show their class. Let's hope so, Alan. Good to see Matondo on the bench, says Bobby. Absolutely. Condolences to the family of the young Rangers lad who never came home. So sad. Absolutely, Janet. We echo that here at Glasgow Rangers Nation. Condolences and thoughts to all his family, to that young Rangers fan who never came home from Lisbon. Obviously on the bench as well is Ross McCausland and Cole McKinnon, who made his European debut during the week. A strong team, a big, that bench does carry impact again, which is good to see. Obviously Matondo, Roof, impact players, Raskin, impact player, McCausland, impact player, McKinnon, impact player. So there's plenty off the bench that Big Phil can change it with if it isn't working or if the players are starting to look fatigued. I mean, certainly, I think, if you look at those names on that starting lineup and you perhaps look past the defence into the midfield and the attacking areas, the players, I suppose, you would be slightly concerned about in terms of injury, in terms of wear and tear and tiredness. Obviously, John Lundstrom is a big one. I really am surprised, though, that John Lundstrom actually starts this game. I honestly think, Lunny would be rested because Lunny's never had a rest. He's not one of the players, along with Tav and Goldson, that have been rotated. I know the international break's coming up after next week, but to me, Lunny's been, look, don't get me wrong, I'm not slagging Lunny off here. Lunny's been class, but to me, Lunny has looked injured. Not injured, so he looked tired, really tired the last few games. His performance has been sloppy. He's been sloppy on the ball. He's given the ball away. His tackles have been mistimed. I just think he's missing something there. So I would have been inclined to rest Lunny, play Raskin or play Jack. I don't know what the story is with Ryan Jack. It'd be interesting to see what the manager has to say about that. Like I said, I would have started Ryan Jack. So, Jack for me, last time I remember him playing against Hibs last year, having a fantastic game and really freeing Raskin and Lunny to get forward. So it's a surprise. I mean, I don't know what the situation is with Ryan Jack, but it does seem that whenever Ryan Jack plays any minutes, then he can't then go on and play in the next game, which is, if that's the case, then, does Ryan have a future at the club? That's a big question we've got to ask. Marky McClellan says, come on, Rangers. Absolutely, 100%. Bobby Finney says, Celtic got a winning goal in the 93rd minute. Column made sure of that, by the way. Oh, what a surprise. Silver is back. Let's get stuck into the spoon burners, says Forbes. Absolutely. So, yeah, look, it is a strong team. A team that, like I said, is unchanged. Now, that's a bit of a surprise. That's a bit of a surprise that he hasn't rotated. Given the past few games where he's constantly rotated the team, he's constantly changed the team. I'm surprised he hasn't, made some more changes for this game. I really am. But look, we trust in Phillipe Clement. We trust what he brings to the table. We trust him with his team selections. And I just think, you look at that team, and there's a lot of attacking talent in that team. And like I said today, I don't think Hibs will play a conservative low block type of game. That is not the way they play. They will come out and they will have a go. I really do think that. Now, obviously, Sterling and Silva will try and get in around the outside. If Silva works the same way that he did on Thursday night, then he's going to be a real threat for me. Lawrence, again, in the middle, very creative talent, very creative player, not afraid to have a shot. Same as Mo Diamande. I mean, one of the things that I really like about Diamande and Lawrence that they've really added to their game is the fact that they're not afraid to have a go at goal. Something that perhaps in the past that Rangers, have been a little bit guilty of. That they haven't. They've been afraid to take a shot. They've been afraid to have a go. But these two, in terms of Robbie and in terms of Tom Lawrence, and obviously as well in terms of Mo Diamande, there doesn't appear to be any fear there whatsoever in having a go at goal. So that's exceptionally positive for me. Really, really good. Bobby says Jack changed the game when he came on 75th minute. Blue Nose John. Hey, John, how you doing? How's Frankfurt today? Is it as cold and wet as England? Dio is on you, Stephen Davis. That's a decent shout, buddy. That's a good shout. Janet McFarlane says, Jack. When it comes up, here he goes. Jack can change a game. Hopefully, he won't have to. And Bobby Finley says, is Diamande a bit more utility? Seems more attacking, in my opinion. He's a good player. I like Mo Diamande. He is. I think he to me, he seems to be the all-round midfielder. He can do everything. He can attack. He can defend. He's not afraid to get stuck in with a tackle. He's not afraid to have a shot at goal. He's got a decent pass. He can cross the. I mean, that cross for Tom Lawrence's goal in Lisbon. I mean, that was just quality play. Why was it quality play? Well, I'll tell you, because of the fact that a lot of players in there would just smash it along the floor and smash it at the goal, wouldn't they? That's how they do it. But, you know, he doesn't. He looks up, he gets his head up, he sees Lawrence coming in, he picks him out with a lovely lofted ball straight onto Lawrence's head. The pace on the ball is perfect, and all Lawrence has got to do is put the ball in the back of the net. So, look, for me, he's a real quality asset, and he really does have the skill, the talent, the ability going forward. So, really impressed with him. I think he's going to be a real quality player. Obviously, he's on a loan with an obligation to buy, which is better than obviously what the Tillman deal was, where it was an option to buy, which obviously in the end led missing out. We've got a comment here from Stephen, says Dessers will get a brace. Sharpie says, evening troops, let's do these spoon burners. Grey and windy today, but yesterday was beautiful, Owen. Absolutely. Janet says, good to see Matondo back on the bench. Yeah, it's good to have Robbie back. You know, I know Robbie has had some real mixed performances after he came back from his first injury. But look, at the end of the day, for me, having him back is going to be positive, because that gives us another option out wide. Him and McCausland give us more options out wide. And obviously missing Seamer and Cortez. I'm not saying that by any stretch of the imagination that Matondo and Ross are of a similar standard to Cortez and to Seamer. But what I am saying is the fact that they, they are quality players. They are good players that will come on and help make a difference. Hugh Adams says he'd settle for a 1-0 win. To have penalty to upset the Tims, would take that all day long, Hugh. Absolutely. Okay, let's have a quick look at a couple more comments before we'll share the Hibernian team with you for today's game. Their managers just named their team. Goldson and Suter back, says Aldo. What else have we got here? Dio is a similar story to Stephen Davis. We also bought him in on loan originally. Very true. Let's hope he can follow in Stephen Davis's footsteps, John, because Stephen obviously is an Ibrox legend. Hopefully Mo can go on to be an Ibrox legend too. Here is the Hibs team for today's game. Marshall in goal. Fish, Boyle, Newell, Cadden, Maizani, Emiliano. He's that creative midfielder they've got on loan from Brentford. Very talented player. He needs to be watched today like a hawk. Arbita, Triantes, who is the central defender on loan from Sunderland. Mariah Welsh, Rocky. My God, they've got Rocky up front. We're in trouble. Sylvester Stallone is up front for Aberdeen, for Hibernian today. Wow, they've got Rocky up front. Okay, to get ready for him to say, "I love you, Adrian." Subs, Walcott, Hanlon, Levitt, Yuan, Mayenda, Stevenson, Lafondra, Jare and Whitaker are their bench today. What else have we got here now? That mob struggled today. Livy were unlucky. They were very unlucky. I mean, Livingston are a pretty poor team, aren't they? The struggle to beat Livingston is pretty embarrassing. Just get the win because them across the city are awful. Take it all, Rangers says, although they are shocking, aren't they? I mean, only beating Livingston 3-2 is pretty crap, isn't it? Bobby Finley says Boyle gives him the fear. You know, Boyle is a decent player. He's a decent winger, but I think, you know, with Ridvan there, you know, Boyle usually plays the right-hand side, and with Ridvan on the left, Silver on the left, I think, you know, those two getting forward will force him back a lot, and I think that will be the aim there. You know, he can't really bomb on and attack if he's having to look over his shoulder constantly for wingers for the Rangers attack. So look, I do think that having Ridvan there is a benefit. He is quick. He is good defensively. I'm sure he can keep Boyle under control. 4-2 says CJ and I think that'd be a spot-on result, buddy. Blue Nose John says, I hope Rocky doesn't deliver the knockout blow to our Scottish Cup chances. Great joke, John. Love that one. Just a reminder, those of you who haven't noticed, Hibs do have Rocky playing up front for them. I don't know if it's the Rocky or if he's any relation to Rocky Balboa, but there we go. He is called Rocky. I don't know who is Rocky. I've never ever heard of Rocky before. That's a weird one. Let's try and find out a little bit about the old rockster, shall we? Rocky of Hibs. His name is Rocky Bashiri. That's his name. Rocky Bashiri. Oh, it's Bashiri. That's his name. The defender. I know who he is. Yeah, Rocky Bashiri is a defender, 24 years old. So I suppose, hopefully, he won't knock anybody out today. Watching the City game at the moment, says Aldo. What have we got here? 4-2. Fourth in over added time. Kyogo. 4-2 to that lot. Blue nose or bloody nose today? Hope not, says Aldo. Absolutely. Guys, get your predictions in the live chat, guys. Also, there's 171 of you watching this. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, guys, please hit that sub. Remember, what we bring you on this channel is free daily Rangers news. Not only do we bring you free daily Rangers news, but we also bring you live game streams. We also bring you daily videos. We bring you breaking news videos. We bring you shorts. All of this, I charge you absolutely nothing for. The best way to support the channel is obviously to watch the content, because the views help make money. And also as well, if you want to, if you feel so generous, hit the super chat or the super sticker during the live stream later and help out. That'd be fantastic. Blue Nose John says 2-0 to Rangers. Look, guys, it is going to be a game where we need to go out there and be our very best. Please smash that like, by the way. You know, it's going to be absolutely fun. Yeah. Brian Scotsman says 5-1 to the famous. Yeah, likes do help. Absolutely. The more you smash the like, the more likes we get, the more the video gets pushed. The more the video gets pushed, the more it gets watched. So please smash the like. So Trying Scotsman says 5-1. Gail Tomlinson says 2-0. Stuart Henderson, one of my mods, says 2-0 Rangers. Who cares that what Celtic did? We're going to do the treble, says Sharpie Staunch. Sharpie, just the treble, mate, not the quadruple. Leitano says 4-0. Dessus has 2. Silver scores 1. And Suter gets 1. Very precise from Leitano. Leitano, I'd love to know what odds you'd get on that down the bookies. Would be interesting to find out, wouldn't it? So for those of you who've just joined us late, a recap on the Rangers team for today. A team that is unchanged from the Benfica game on Thursday night. Butland in goal, back four, Tav, Goldson, Suter, Ridvan. 2 in front of the back four are Lunny and Diamande. Like I said, a little bit surprised to see Lunny in there. I do think he needs a break. Maybe he'll get brought off after a little bit. Then we've got Sterling wide right and Silva wide left. We're hoping that Sterling can help and work as hard as he can. Did on Thursday night. He was brilliant on Thursday night, wasn't he? He worked really hard, held the ball up well, did really, really well. So, yeah, that's a good move for me. Dessus up front. And then we've got subs today, McCrory, Matondo, Roof, Davies, Balogun, Barisic, Raskin, McCausland, and McKinnon. Just want to touch on Nicholas Raskin for a minute. Nicholas Raskin, it's an interesting one, isn't it? He has not hit the heights, has he, of last season. What is going on with Nicholas Raskin? He's obviously a very fine player, a good player, but you know, is it that he's just not fit? Is it that he's struggling to get his match fitness back? Is it that he, you know, he's got an attitude issue? What is it with Nicholas Raskin? Why is he failing to get back to what we saw last season? He looks a good player. He looked really good last season. Is there something underlying wrong there between him? Is there a breakdown between him and the manager? Is it that he's not getting enough minutes? Does he need a run in the team? What is it with Raskin? I don't know. It's an interesting one to see if he gets any minutes today. Livy gave a good account of themselves today. Celtic need to play them on their plastic pitch before we pump them in the league. Hibs should be tight. Janet says 3-0. Raskin, I meant. Raskin instead of Lunny. Reason being he needs a rest. Raskin needs a chance to show himself. Agreed. All doesn't rate Raskin. Hope Lundstrom's batteries don't go flat today. I agree. So yeah, that's the little comment. Obviously, yeah, Raskin. Obviously, don't think the comment that Raskin made about wanting to join Chelsea one day. You know, I don't usually bring up Celtic comments, but this just shows how stupid their fans are. Penelope, it was a cup game. You didn't get 3 more points today. You're not back top of the league because it was a cup game, you moron. What an idiot. That just shows the absolute stupidity of that lot across the city. I am Neo says, I thought Raskin was overrated last season. 3-1 Rangers, says Cabby. Janet McFarlane says needs to be at the races today. Penelope Oates, you've just made yourself look a complete and utter mug. Can we all just take a minute to just mock this stupid Celtic fan? What an idiot. There we go. She's gone. I know, Aldo. I just wanted to bring a comment up just to show you how stupid they are, how absolutely ridiculously moronic they really are as a fan base. Guys, please smash that sub if you've not yet subscribed to the channel. And obviously, as well, if you haven't done it yet, please hit the like. It does help promote the channel. Today, I think what we need a fast start today. We need to get back to winning ways in domestic football. You know, if we can have a performance that's on the same level as that game that we saw on Thursday, you know, the same type of performance we showed against Benfica on Thursday night. I honestly believe this team can absolutely smash, Hibernian today. Yes, I think Hibernian are on a decent run of form. You know, their form in the last few games is very good indeed. But look, you know, at the end of the day, we have the quality, we have the talent, you know, but if we play as we did against Motherwell, we start slowly, we're sloppy with the ball, we're passive, we're not aggressive, we're not quick with the ball, then we are going to struggle. Funny, John, funny. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. 197 watching, please smash that like. Guys, before I nip off to get ready for the live later, there's a quick recap of the team on the screen. Guys, just a reminder, we will be going live later for a live stream of this game. So please come and join us for the game live stream. We will be underway at about 5:20. The game kicks off at 5:30. So come and join us at 5:20 for a build-up to the game, and obviously then the game from 5:30. Guys, please come and join me for that. It'd be great to have as many of you as possible. James Simpson says, come on, Rangers. Geordie says, Lunny and Goldson playing seems a bit dangerous after Thursday night, but behind the team. Aldo says, hope Silva and Dessers show up today. You know, that team is more than capable of getting after this Hibernian team. That team is more than capable of beating this Hibernian team. But what do we need to do? We need to make sure that we are aggressive with the ball. We move the ball quickly. We are not passive. No passive, backwards, sideways passes. It's aggression, straight at it from the off. Go after them, get into them. That's what we've got to do. If we play the same way we did against Motherwell, where it's lackadaisical, it's sloppy passing, it's sloppy this, we're not going to obviously progress. We want to win this domestic treble this year. We do want to get to the final of the Scottish Cup. That lot across the city are pish. You know, at the end of the day, we do need to win this game today. Aldo says, I thought Balogun would have started. Goldson never gets dropped. This is the question I actually raised with Damien on the podcast the other day, didn't I? I asked, you know, why is it some players seem unrotatable, undroppable, if rotatable is a word, I don't know if it's a word or not. But, you know, Tav, Goldson, Lunny, never rotated, never get dropped. Wonder why. Unpopular opinion, but Goldson was good before the own goal in Thursday. I mean, he wasn't too bad, was he? He wasn't too bad at all. But look, if that own goal again, you know, he's given us. My worry about Goldson is the fact that he's looking tired. He's looking, you know, his form since the winter break has been poor. I mean, if you go back, forget the game on Thursday night. If you go back to domestic football, that game against Motherwell on Saturday that we lost. You know, was it Bear, their striker? Absolutely schooled him. Absolutely schooled him. So, you know, he got owned by him. He was shoved all over by him. He was beaten for pace by him. And that is a slight worrying one. It really, really is. Blue Nose John says, has that Celtic fan got oats for brain cells? I think she has. Guys, it is going to be a huge game. It is going to be a game, another must win here. You know what? Every game, I know this is like an ironic thing. I know this is such a, what's the word I'm looking for? Such a stereotypical you know, thing to say, but every game between now and the end of the season, whether it's a cup game or a league game, is a cup final. We've got to win every single cup final between now and the end of the season. If we do that, we can win this domestic treble. That's the way we've got to look at it. That's the positivity we've got to go into these next few games with. Robert says 6-2 like the girls earlier. We are the people, Robert. That'd be brilliant. What time is the game start? 5:30 later now. 5:30 kickoff. Galton was okay up to go, but give him his due. They did not lose any more against Benfica. Alan Austin says, if that team is good enough to come away from Lisbon or Square, it's more than capable of seeing off Hibs. Diamande is the real deal. I've got to agree on Diamande. He is the real deal. Blue knows she's mental in the head. I blocked her years ago. Absolutely. Stuart Rosie says, 5:30. Rosie, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Guys, 190 watching. Please smash that like. Guys, we hope to be obviously celebrating a fair few goals this afternoon. We need a good performance this afternoon in what is a very drab, dreary, wet Midlands here. It's absolutely pissing it down with rain here in the Midlands. I don't know if you can see over my shoulder. That's my garden. So, guys, yeah, absolutely. You know, hopefully that'll happen. Diamande is the real deal. Absolutely, 100%, 100%. Right, guys, I'm going to nip off now. Get ready for the live. I absolutely hope we're not tired after Thursday. Absolutely. That's one of the big things that is worrying going forward, Aldo, isn't it? That if we go through against Benfica and then we get to the quarterfinals and then we go through that one, can we keep the pace up Thursday, Sunday until the end of the season? That is a big one. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'll see you all at 5:20 for the live stream, guys. Please come and join me for that. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Obviously, let's head over to watch a bit of Rabble, shall we, before the game? Thanks for watching. As always, guys, on the way out, two things for me. Number one, smash the like. And number 2, remember always, we are the people.